folks. We're here doing another episode of Cat Chat right around the Christmas season. That's why we have a new little blanket here.
Yes, yes.
Home for the holidays.
Very comfy.
Home for the holidays, please.
I did an interview with some of the cats yesterday, and it was funny because they all said the same thing, that they would want a home.
But not together.
But not together. Not these two. This is Muffin. Muffin is gorgeous.
Oh, she is.
Look at her.
Yeah.
And look at that face. She is a lap cat. She's a little nervous because the other cat, she's been sitting here like for hours waiting for Jared to set up. So,
Hi, Jared.
no, hi Jared. And but no, she is. But she'd have to be an only cat.
Let me just, talk about their colors again, because that's what everybody likes to hear, and that's what I like to talk about. Whoa, here comes another cat. That's a calico. This is a dilute calico. Black, orange, and white. Gray, peach, and white. It's like dropping bleach on her, and this is what she would look like if... Don't do it, kids.
No.
It's just a metaphor type thing. So one of the things I want to point out, as I say often, but she's an excellent example of the fact that calicos, or anytime you have orange, it's a tabby orange. So you have solid white, and on her side that you are touching, if you turn her on the other side,
it's mostly black on this side.
Solid black. Solid black. But you can see on this cheek here, that orange has a stripe in it. Genetically, orange will never be solid in the cats. Never. It's always a pattern in the orange. It's either spotted, striped, or classic, which is a swirly pattern. It may look solid because of the swirl, but it's not. It's always a tabby orange. So, and the same with the peach. It's always a tabby peach. But they can be a little bit merled in here. Merle is like it's all weaved into each other. And so sometimes the peach can look a little bit, solid. But you can even see in her peach here, Jared, on her face, you can see that there's lines in it. And of course on her face, she has the M on her forehead, which indicates that she's a tabby. And it's the orange that makes her a tabby, because it's the tabby color. There you go. And this is
Ciabatta. She had 5 babies.
She did.
She actually, a story was, a lady brought into her one cat that had 3 kittens, and we named the cat Subway, and the 3 babies were bacon, lettuce, tomato. The next day, it was extremely hot. She brings this cat and says, I caught Subway's mother, and so the cat was overheating in the car. I had to take it. And she had kittens. So
we ended up with
5 kittens and Mom, Subway with bacon, lettuce, tomato, and they took one that was a couple days old. It was so funny because Subway's babies were about this big, and we took a kitten that was 2 days old or something, and Mom nursed it, but it was funny because that was a tough little kitten. Yeah. She would push her bigger brother and sister out of the way to get to that nipple. She would hang onto that nipple. She was the first one adopted. Ciabatta is an awesome cat. She's still young. She wants to play. She's all over this place. She lets you pick her up. She's a good girl. So,
it was great. Look at this kitty. Oh my gosh, she's so cute. And hi,
this is Elsa.
I love Elsa.
Elsa's sweet.
She was not a mom.
Her sister
is, but she's very nurturing adult cat. Very young still, probably like a year and a half old, maybe. Super sweet. She was in my custody for quite a while over where I work on another part of the building, so that's sometimes why these cats come flying through here. And I have my own set of cats that hang out with me, and she was one of them for quite some time, and I just love her. She's a sweetheart. She likes to be held and pet. So, and Elsa seems to like the babies a little bit.
Kinda.
But oh, this cat. She's an orange tabby, as we all know. Orange is tabby now. And this one feels like a rabbit. This one is so soft and plush.
Beautiful colors.
Oh my goodness, you're so gorgeous. Yes. Did you know that cat's eyes generally come in 3 different colors?
Yes.
Gold, green, and like a bronze color. And her eyes are beautiful gold color. But this is called the classic tabby, where you get that bullseye. Oh, she has a great bullseye on this side. Classic. Remember the C. Remember how it's curved. It's a circular, so you can remember that the circle is circular and the C is circular for classic tabby. But this is how the shows do them. They stretch them out like that, and they make that look beautiful.
Isn't she beautiful?
She's gorgeous, and she's a sweetie, because I'm just fiddling, faddling with her, and you're just as sweet as pie.
She has 5 brothers and sisters. The other ones are black, and she has one brother that looks like her.
One brother. And you got spots on your belly. You got little spots on your belly. And she's just a sweetie. They're all like this.
They're very
They're
sweet.
all like this. So, whoa, look at the paws going in the air. A lot of times, if you did this to a cat, your hand would be shrapnel right now, because most cats hate their bellies rubbed, because this is the death bite right here. This is, if a predator gets them here, these are all their organs.
Yes.
That are exposed. So they don't like to expose their belly unless they know trust. And when they're raised with us, they know trust. There's no reason to fear. So that's, so when you get a cat and you don't know its background, don't pet its belly like that, because you could definitely be shrapneled in no time. Because they'll take those back claws, they'll take those front claws, and they'll take their mouth, and everything's moving. So, what's her adoption fee, Deb?
Her adoption fee is actually, she might be $95, because we've had her for a while.
Yeah.
Because of,
Yeah, if they're 4 months old and up, they're $95. If they're under 4 months old, they're $120. I actually think she's still $120.
yeah, she might be $120.
But she's fully vetted. She's spayed.
No, not spayed yet.
Oh, she
But
will
probably,
be spayed. That's right.
probably by the time this show is aired, she will be spayed.
Right. 'Cause we have another appointment coming up here. So yeah, listen to who you have. Jefferson. Isn't he cute?
He's cute, and he is actually
So adorable. He loves it.
related to Barbara, who I'm not allowed to have. Barbara is
That's my girl.
girl that she loves, and that's the one I was telling Jared before. She's over next door,
Keeping me company.
So anyway, Barbara, who's outstanding, she once in a while goes out in the warehouse. She catches a mouse. She brings it to her mama. This cat.
Yes, we do have mice in our warehouse.
They're going away because of her. She catches one every day.
She does.
And she cries to say, Mama, I brought you a mouse.
Yeah.
Then she goes and sleeps for the rest of the afternoon.
She
It's
does.
kind of cute. It's very funny. But awesome
way.
cat. And Barbara we gave that name to her. She knows Barbara.
Yeah.
Or she knows her voice. Because
Well,
she'll call her and she comes running
Right.
whenever Wendy calls her.
But I call her my Barbie doll.
Yeah.
I always call her my little Barbie doll. And she's a very similar build to this guy.
Very skinny. That's her
Very
mama.
skinny. Well, that's her mom. These guys are very oriental. There's an oriental breed in here. We talk about this all the time. Very triangular looking face, long skinny features, long skinny scrawny little tail, long lanky feet that go down to a sort of a point. See the little feeties that are thin and lovely, just beautiful lines in these cats. They tend to be always thin right in here. When they get some weight on them, they carry it underneath them. But these guys, a lot of times, they don't fatten up
No.
for some reason. You got to really feed these guys. They tend to stay nice and lanky. But what a beautiful guy. He's
Well,
almost a buff color.
Yeah.
He's not quite orange. He's not quite buff. but he certainly is sweet. He really likes handling, and you know, we talk about too not adopting the day before Christmas and so forth, because it's super stressful to be adopted and go home. It's 10 times more stressful to get adopted into a home, and then all of a sudden the family's coming over and the packages are being opened and there's craziness and there's hoopla, and that's just, yeah, these cats are great and they've been handled, but that's still all new to them. They have to adjust, they have to figure things out. It's a bad idea to bring home a new cat on Christmas Eve. I know it's a fun thing for you to give your kids a kitten for Christmas under the tree, but what we'd like you to do is come in. We have starter kits. We have the litter box, the litter, the food, the litter scoop, toys, and we package it all up. We would really like to encourage you to come in and buy that, put it under the tree, and let your kids know that a kitten is coming, get through the holidays, and then come and pick one out.
Right, let them pick it
After
up.
it's all settled down, where they can adjust in an environment where it's a lot more normal. Because it is hard for them to adjust. And when they're stressed, that drops immunity, and immunity can bring out illness. So getting a cat at Christmas that's now become sick and try to get into the vet is not going to be a good idea. So, and a lot of people call us right back.
Yeah.
And say, you sent me home a sick
No,
cat.
we didn't send you home a sick.
No, we tell you, it's in our contract.
Right. Best our knowledge is that the cat is in good condition. We do ask that you call us if it's like the next day. This is a in their life, there's a lifetime commitment to them. They're not just something to be there. So please, when you adopt a cat, make the appointment to have your cat looked at.
Establish a vet.
Establish a vet. Your vet should, we give you copies of records. We would expect you to give them to your vet. And
then they'll take it from there.
They'll take it from there. This is, you want this cat to live 20 years. This is family. That's how I expect you to, when you come and adopt a cat from our shelter here, I expect you to think them as part of the family. So I would still take a cat to the vet, but less stress, could only be better for them.
He's like a rag doll.
I'm telling you, look at that. Those are the Auburn eyes.
Those are the gold.
Gold. Look at that face and
beautiful. He's got the tips on his ears.
Yes.
That is very Maine Coonish. Super ears. Look at those. They're really long. He could have some Maine Coon in him.
That tail.
Check his paws, like Maine Coon, Siberian forest cats.
Yeah, I think you did when we.
And
I don't know.
He did or just no.
I can't remember now.
Oh yeah. So, in his case, okay. So I get excited when I talk about.
She loves her kitties.
These guys, they don't come with a diary. They don't come with paperwork. We don't know their lineage. We can't do a 23andMe. But what we can do is look at their overall structure and look for things that are common to certain breeds of cats. One of the things that is very unknown about Maine Coons, Siberian forest cats, and Norwegian forest cats, which are all built all the same. Why is one Norwegian, Siberian, and Maine? It's the region that they're from, and there's just a slight difference, but they're pretty much very similar. One is bigger than the next, and then the next, and Maine Coon is actually the smaller of the three. You just don't hear about the other two because they haven't really made a presence in the United States that much. But one of the qualities of the three of them is they're all water cats. And when you pick up your cat, if your cat lets you touch its paws and you can reach in between the toes, the webbing of a normal cat, that webbing is kind of back here. On a Maine Coon, it's way up here. Like their paws are meant for water. and their webbing is extra long. So when you reach in there and you find the webbing, his webbing is almost to the end of his toes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that's a major Maine Coon characteristic, along with the other things that we're seeing, which is the tufted hair. They always have this mane up here. Sometimes it's just gorgeous on the real ones.
Yes.
Oh my
Pedigrees
goodness.
or
Like the pedigreed, papered, pure breeds. But he's definitely has a lot of the qualities of a Maine Coon. And then one of the behavioral qualities of a Maine Coon is that they're very dog-like.
yes, I hear that all the time.
I've always had a cat that in my
Excuse me.
household that represents a Maine Coon. That none of them have ever been a pure breed that I've known of, but I've had cats that have a ton of qualities of being a Maine Coon, and they're all dog-like. Like I'll go for a walk down my street, and my cat will follow me unleashed, just follow me everywhere I go. Right, just and come when they're called and play fetch and things like
Yeah.
that. They don't act like cats. So if you're a cat hater, why would you be watching Cat Chat? But anyway, but if you're a cat hater out there or a cat disliker or any of the above, because we get razzed all the time, don't we? You know, the only good cat is a dead cat. Just to see what we say about that, and we go, to each his own. You know, we're not here to judge. But if you're a person out there that's like on the fence about cats or whatever, get a Maine Coon, because they're very different than normal cats a lot of times. They just hang out with you. They're pretty docile. But we have lots of cats like that.
We do, and we actually have another one that you pointed out that hasn't been fixed yet. She's going to be fixed. Female, black.
Yes. Oh,
that
gosh.
was definitely had, you noticed Maine Coon eye things in him.
Yeah. He just got here.
Yeah, he just
not too long. He's only been like a week and a half.
Right.
Yeah,
he's out for adoption.
Gorgeous.
You know, unfortunately, his owner's son had asthma and allergies, and you know.
He's declawed.
No,
No,
he has
he's
his
got
claws.
That's the other thing too about Maine Coons and things like that. Like, they're so gentle. They're like gentle giants. You know.
Yes, he's in a room where some bullies are, and you know he's holds his own.
This cat. Look at my pants.
Yeah, I know.
Go figure. Our pants are like disastrous every day, but I should have held this cat. This is a beauty. Oh yes, please.
Come here.
I like every cat. I want to hold everybody. Hi, baby.
Come here.
Oh. Look, he likes to be held like a baby.
Come here.
Not all of them do, and here's why. So when you hold him like that and he's not liking it, okay, but I'm going to get him to do what I always say is my leopard in a tree hold, and he'll calm down. And folks, you have to recognize that one of their main senses is their ears. Look how big their ears are compared to their eyes, compared to their nose. So their nose is tiny, and their ears are enormous comparatively. So when you hold them like a baby, you're like screaming megaphone into their ears, and they don't like it. I wouldn't like it. You know, even just talking regular volume, their ears are right there, and they have the sharpest hearing. They can hear a mouse walking in the leaves feet quite a ways away, and they'll lock in just from hearing it. And then they see it, and then they smell it. If you ever put a treat on the floor, and your cat will walk over it, and then all of a sudden it'll stop, and it'll back up, and it'll start this circular motion until it zeroes in on it. They don't rely on their sense of smell. They have a great sense of smell, much better than ours, but they don't rely on it like they do their ears and their eyes. And see how much calmer he is in this position. Number one, he can see. Number two, he's supported. And number three, I'm petting in the right places that make him calmer. These are his pheromones are in his face that make him calm. So I'm just making sure that those are being spread around, because he has scent glands all here, and that's why he's calm. Now you want to hold him like a baby, you're going to get scratched a lot of times with a cat that doesn't know you.
But there's some that are like that.
And now, who do you have?
This is Diego.
I love Diego.
It was
He
over
with
next
me
door.
for
Yeah.
a long time.
But Diego likes to sleep in hidden areas, or you called it a matrix or something. You said he's in another
He's in another
dementia.
dimension.
Because one time I was
Dementia.
off and she called me. She goes, "Where's Diego?" And it's like, she found him by then. But now he's out here. He doesn't hide. There's not as much hiding, and he is a. This would be a lab cat,
He's an awesome cat.
and he's declawed.
Is he four-pawed?
No, just two.
fun.
And I'm telling you, we have a gentleman that comes and he's a big cat lover, and he came, sat on that couch, 20 minutes loving Diego up yesterday. And
He's a big boy.
He's a big boy.
Yeah, I think he's like 13 or 14 pounds or something
Yeah,
like
he's
that.
up there.
He's up there,
But
not unhealthily.
he's not, no aggression at all. He is just wants to be loved.
Come on, Bubba. Kitty, kitty, kitty. He's like, I'll share myself with the
And
both
they
of
see,
you.
they all hear her. She might not come over here as much, but I'll tell you, these cats know who saved them.
Aw, that's
They do.
good.
They love Wendy.
I love them.
Yes. And they know. They know who is the person that saved them.
I don't know.
They do. They go
There's
to her all the
one cat here
time.
that doesn't like me at
You
all.
picked her up the other day.
I did. I
Sam.
slung her over my shoulder so that when she went to bite, she bit the back of my head
No,
if she was going to. Because I
she's-
was like,
That's our Sam, and she's
she
awesome.
loves you.
Oh, yeah. And I moved out of my office, and she is not, she's very depressed. She needs somebody, and she's a dilute calico, or tortie, actually, and she is awesome. I wish somebody would come get her.
Yeah,
She is a good girl.
yeah. We have so many great cats here. This is just a small number of the many, many, many cats. We just
Yes.
took in another 12
12.
this
10?
week. So we're taking in like a dozen a week.
Right.
So when we take in a dozen a week, we need to send 13 home a week. So
We've
the
had
numbers
some-
start dropping.
We've had some good numbers,
Yeah.
adoptions. A lot of them are skittish, but as you always say, environment is totally different.
Different cat, different environment, different cat. So what they act like here, they may not act like at all at home. It depends. Do you have other cats? Are you in a loud environment? Are you in too quiet of an environment where they're left alone all day, every day? It's like solitary confinement. They'll go a little crazy. You gotta leave a TV on or something. Give them
Something
some
noise.
interactive toys. Make sure the windows stay open so they can look out. Things like that. And if they, this really great social cat is in that type of environment, they'll start getting a little squirrely. Like everything is like, what's that? Because it's always quiet, then all of a sudden there's a noise. So you can, take one kind of cat home and get another kind of cat. You just have to,
Right.
have the right environment.
It
and we
is.
know these cats.
Yes. I always tell when people come in, I took Molly. Molly was not a very nice cat. She was a tortie and big girl. And I don't say this because I want people to adopt our cats. I say this because I mean it. Best cat I've ever had.
Oh.
I love my Molly. She doesn't get on the counter. She doesn't cause any trouble. She eats what she's given. She minds her own business. She's not a super cuddler, but I'm not. I wish a cat would sit on me, and as soon as a cat sits on me, I'm like, I got to get up and move. She will sit on my husband. Best cat. And I've gotten 2 cats since then. I got Yeti and Tozy, the one with extra toes, and they're crazy, but I love them all. But Molly is just, you got to give these older cats a chance. They got long lives ahead of them. I have a 20-year-old cat, close to 20. She's cranky, but I believe she's got a lot of years left. So please, look at them. They're awesome. Give these adult ones. We have Cody down here. If you have a lot of energy and 20 kids, he needs a lot of energy. He's a sweetheart. Taffy, Nala, we got so many cats here that would love a home. And we would love for you to come get these older cats to have, all they want is a family.
And they have a temporary one with us until
Yes,
they
we
go
do.
home. They have a great environment. We have couches and we turn the TV on in certain rooms and things like that. And there's always people here.
Yeah.
You know.
We have the best of the best volunteers that love our cats.
Absolutely, 100%.
Did you want to talk about your store?
Yeah. So the Christmas store is open. So we had our thrift store and we renovated it to have a bunch of Christmas stuff in there. And there's also things to buy people for Christmas. Very nice stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And everything that is a Christmas item is 50% off
Of the price.
of the price. So we have all the prices and we decided that we would just make it 50% off of everything because we wanted to move. We need the money. I'm not going to skirt around the issue. We got to have the money. These guys need it. We need it to
Food.
stay in this facility.
And take care of them,
and
medical.
take care of them. Their medical is so extravagant now that we have to go outside the building for vet care. So if you can come and shop our store, we're open after this weekend. Well, this weekend is already going to be gone before you see this, but we're starting on December 10th through the 24th. Our store is open Tuesday through Friday, 10 to 5, and Saturday, 10 to 3. You're open for adoptions 12 to 5 Tuesday through Friday and 12 to 3 on Saturday. And you will be open on Christmas Eve.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so even though, we don't highly recommend it, if your house isn't going to be full of people and partying and all that, that's just like another day for you. Come on and get these guys. We don't deny cats on Christmas Eve. It's your cat at that point, and do the right thing. That's all we ask. Try to do the right thing. Not that I want to end on a bad note, but we used to do purrs and hisses. And I've been saying, I need to tell this story. I need to tell the story. But I was at this fundraiser in October, and people don't, apparently there's people out there that don't believe us, that don't believe me, and that's okay. You don't have to. But I went to this fundraiser and I was supposed to bring cats, and it was cold outside and windy and it was supposed to rain, and they put me outside, and I had taken some merchandise with me, and they put me outside, and I thought, I can't take cats. They're going to get sick.
Right.
They're going to get sick. They're going to get manhandled. Everybody wants to touch them,
Mm-hmm.
and that's understandable. But
Excuse me.
I'm supposed to be here 5 hours, and I'm not going to bring cats. So the first lady that came to where I was sitting said, "Oh, you're kitten crazy? Where are your cats?" And I said, "Oh, I didn't bring them today." And she's like, "Why not? You're supposed to bring cats to the event." I said, "Yes, but I said I couldn't bring them because they might get sick in this
Right.
weather." And she goes, "Don't tell us a story." She said, "You didn't bring them because you didn't want to bring them. You just decided you didn't want to bring them." She goes, "They don't get sick out in this weather. How do you think they survived for centuries?" And I was like, "Have a nice day." And that's pretty much what I said. I said, "Well, that's one way to think about it. Have a nice day." So I want to shout out to my husband,
Mark.
my husband Mark. In around 2 weeks, we'll be married 35 years. So, sweetheart, thank
Awesome.
you so much. 35 years putting up with me and my cats. I love you, and this would not be here without him. So,
Thank you,
kudos
Mark.
to my sweetheart. So I'll end on that note. Have a nice day.